Hi,
Hey. How's your day going?
it's good. How's yours?
It's okay. Just chilling.
Yeah.
Not doing too much. All right. We can just wait like a minute or so to see if anybody else, comes in.
Okay.
Hi, people. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let's get started. So hi everyone. Thanks for joining. This is our third
Yeah.
episode of our Instagram takeover and student athlete interview. And I'm Sachiko. I'm an intern for Sports Finder. And so today we have Hayley, who is also an intern at Sports Finder. She does lacrosse at Bridgewater State, and she'll be joining us today. And so for those watching, feel free to ask questions, comment anything along the way. And so let's first ask you about how you got into the sport, how old were you? Like just kind of tell us, what it was like growing up in lacrosse.
Yeah, so I actually didn't start playing lacrosse, like actually getting into it until my junior year of high school. I had played a few clinics like here and there throughout like middle school, but I didn't join my varsity team until my junior year of high school, and I did track previously before that. So I was a little late to start, but obviously I started playing in college, so I've taken it from there the past 5 years, and it's been great.
Oh, so like, I guess what made you like switch sports? Like,
Um, I don't really know. Doing track is kind of a very individual sport, so I think I
mm,
was looking more for like a team sport. I played basketball also in high school, so I kind of took my love for basketball and like that type of team play, and I decided that lacrosse would be a really good fit, and it definitely worked out.
that's awesome. So you're like very much a multi-sport person
Yeah,
growing up.
yeah.
And so, uh, how was the whole recruiting process for you getting into college?
Yeah, so I didn't have too many coaches reach out to me, obviously because I started so late. Um, but my college coach now had reached out to me via email, and she had asked if I had any games coming up that she could come to. So then she came to my game, and that day she offered me a spot on the roster. So it was very easy for me, but I know that a lot of people who I play with would go to like clinics or play days, and they'd
Mm,
have multiple college coaches there who would look at them and then talk to them via email after that. So mine was a little different, but still similar in the aspect that she came and saw me play in high school and then offered me a spot.
I see. I guess was there anything else other than your coach reaching out to you and like seeing you at the game that made you want to go to Bridgewater State?
Yeah, originally I went to school for elementary education, so the program at Bridgewater is one of the best in Massachusetts, so that's what
Mm,
made me choose that school just academically. I ended up changing my major to marketing, but their business school is very good as well. So it just worked out that my academic and athletic standards were both met at that school.
awesome. Okay. We had one question. How would you describe lacrosse to someone who's never played?
I describe it like similar to like how I said like basketball translates into it a lot. It's a very offense defense oriented sport. So just the basics of playing defense and offense, like just knowing those fundamentals is basically the basis for lacrosse. And then obviously stick skills, stuff like that comes into play
Mm,
after.
yeah, I definitely admire lacrosse players because I'm very not coordinated.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's awesome. So what is one of your favorite things about playing lacrosse in college?
Um, I think the schedule is honestly my favorite thing. Obviously, being an athlete throughout my entire life, I was so used to going to practices and games. So once I went to college and schedules got a little different with classes, um, like having that thing like athletics that I was used to and going to practice was really good for like my schedule, and it was honestly nostalgic to be able to go every day
Mm,
and like just have that same routine that I had in high school in college.
yeah, for sure. I can definitely relate to that. Like,
Yeah.
the schedule definitely helped in terms of like organizing and
Yeah.
like just kind of, getting through our days and stuff like that. So,
Definitely.
um, and so kind of connecting to that, like, what has been like one of your greatest accomplishments as a student athlete, you'd say?
Um, my greatest accomplishment would probably be academically. For my league, there's like a all-star academic team situation. So I was actually honored as an all-American academic MASCAC. That's my
Oh,
league.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah, so I was able to receive a little thing for that, and I think like in the sport in like college, we haven't had too much happening in the past 2 years because obviously our season was canceled last year. We only got to play 5 games.
Mm,
Um, but as I said in the post, my favorite memory was when we beat Westfield State in 2019. That was a huge win for our program. So that would definitely be on the field my greatest accomplishment.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Definitely like, I mean, as a student athlete, like it's not all about, playing sports in college. Like
Mm-hmm.
academics plays a very big part
Yeah.
in your college experience. And
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
yeah. So do you have any role models, like athlete role models? If not, like who are your role models in life?
Yeah, I think for like athletes, specifically lacrosse player, Izzy McMahon, who plays on the USC lacrosse team, is definitely one of my biggest role models. Like I would watch her film like over and over again, like just to see what she would do. And she just recently graduated, but
Mm,
I think it's really important for athletes, especially other college athletes, to have people to look towards to like learn
mm-hmm,
from and like watch how they play in order to put that into your style of play.
for
And
sure. Yeah.
I think that in my life, one of my biggest role models is definitely my coach. She is like
Mm.
the best coach I've had. Like throughout all the sports I've played, like she's great, and she's really like knowledgeable about the sport, which I think is so important, especially obviously in college. So she's definitely my biggest role model just in my everyday life.
That's awesome. Yeah, for me as well. I've had many different coaches throughout my life too, but like I would say my college coaches were the most like impactful and influential
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah.
They really care about the student athletes and want them to, excel in sports and outside of sports too. And so
Mm-hmm.
they're definitely great role models.
Yeah.
And so I know, with the COVID thing, I'm not really sure what your situation is like with your sport, but do you have any goals for this season or any upcoming seasons?
Yeah, definitely. So we're actually in a season right now. We can't play competitively against other schools, but we're just practicing right now.
Mm,
So I think my biggest goal, like practicing right now, is to take advantage of the time I have when we're not competing and working on my fundamentals, my stick skills, and then hopefully, if all things go well in the next few months, we'll have a season starting in January. And I think my biggest goal is to win the MassCrack Championship, as it is every year. Um,
mm,
and I think that's the overall long-term goal.
mm. Okay. Well, I hope, things get better and you'll be able to, be able to experience that and get
Yeah,
that opportunity.
I hope so too.
And so I guess lastly, do you have any like advice you want to give for those like, looking into like, doing sports in college, interested in becoming a student athlete?
Yeah, so I would say start early, start reaching out to coaches as soon as you can. But obviously, in my situation, I waited a little longer and things worked out. So I would say start early. But if you're already in your like senior year of high school or you're like the end of your junior year, like I wouldn't be deterred from the fact that you're about to go to college. Like I'd still reach out to those coaches, make an effort to be seen, and then just do your best and keep the line of communication open for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. Those are very good
Yeah.
tips.
Yeah.
And so that's all I have for questions so far. For those watching, do you have anything you would like to ask? Anything in mind? Like, do I see the questions or do you only see the questions?
Um,
Oh,
I don't, nobody's asked any since that
okay.
first one. So,
Okay, okay. Well, then we can kind of leave it as it is. Thank you, Haley, for
yep.
joining us. She's gonna take us through her rest of her day, and so stay connected with us to see the rest of her day. And so our this interview will be uploaded on our IGTV, and so you can check our bio out. And it'll also be available later in other platforms. And so keep your eye out. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Haley.
Thank you. If anyone else has any questions after you watch this video, feel free to DM us. Both of us are always on there so we can answer any collegiate athlete questions that you have. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Awesome. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.